Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Rise and Slay Morning Show. I am your host, Rochelle Slay Queen Hemingway, CEO and founder of Slay to Success. Slay to Success helps and empowers women professionals who are looking to elevate their image and their impact. And we are focusing on professional appearance, behaviors, communication skills, and digital presence. We make sure we have a holistic approach. So when you're out there, wherever you're at, and you're wanting to elevate, you are doing it with in mind, all right? Keeping in mind slay to success. What does slay mean? Slay means to kill it, to dominate it, and to nail it, to be on point, to impress greatly, to dream and work hard until you own it. It is also an acronym. S stands for stay ready to be ready. L, lead out loud. A, a sense of community, a sense of family. And Y, you are built to last. So as you are coming on in, making sure that you are letting us know where you're streaming in from, because you didn't have to be here and you decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to hang out with the Slay Queen today just for a hot second. So that way I can get a better understanding of what she is up to. Because as you know, y'all, Slay to Success has many legs. I am an image consultant, a personal brand expert, a self-published author of 3 books, as well as a United States Air Force veteran of 30 years. Huh? And so today, y'all, we are going to get right into conversation because I know that sometimes, we have other things going on. So I just want to get right to it. All right, we're going to talk about if you have a plan when you walk into a room, whether or not you have an entry or exit plan. All right, that is the question of the day, because I know too many times women have came to me and they said, hey, I've got a presentation, or I'm going to a networking event, or I'm going to a professional setting. I don't even know what I'm doing. And I'm like, hey, you came to the right person. I'm going to let you know. So today I'm going to just challenge yourself the next time you go into a room and asking if you have a plan, entry and exit plan, and are you owning the room? Because that is what's going to give you the opportunities and then create opportunities within those opportunities. I know this. Okay. I have been out here and about, and I have gotten plenty of opportunities, and they continue to go and flow in because I'm very intentional and I have a strategic plan. So I'm going to share a little bit about what this looks like. And then I'm going to share with you a little bit about the Own the Room workshop. It's a virtual workshop that is scheduled for 31 July. All right, July 31st from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will make sure that you have the link, you can register, and then you can find out all the things that I'm talking about when we're owning the room, commanding the room, your presence in the room. So first of all, let's talk about how you walking into the room. Now, I got a few notes here to keep me on track, because you know how it goes, y'all. I got my workout in. You know, the Slay Queen always works out. And this morning I did a 30-minute walk plus run, interval running plus some weight training. I'm all the way fired up this morning. So when you are walking into the room, all right, you need to make an impact from the start. When you walk into the room, you must make an impact from the start. All right, because again, serving in the military for 30 years and at these higher leadership roles, I was at the decision making table and I was like, hey, how is this person walking in? All right, what is the mindset? What is their confidence level? All right, are you visualizing success and entering with a purpose? All right, because the reason why you are in the room is because they want to hear from you, and you have to have that aura, that presence. In fact, they need to know that you're coming without you even making a sound. That's what I teach my women. We don't talk about it, we be about it. Okay, so we step into the room, we're visualizing success for whatever that is. Then we're choosing an outfit, okay, that exudes confidence and professionalism. Today, I've got on my top. This is my rainbow top, if you will. I have worn this to networking events. I don't need to say a word. I go in there and they're like, oh my goodness, what's going on? Because I decided that I wanted to be seen. All right. When you say you want to be seen, people are very curious as to who you are, what you're about. They don't even know, but they see the energy. This right here is the energy that I like to walk into. Bright, very, open, a little bit of fun, personality. This is my personality at its core. It's hey, 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 a statement, please. Yes, Heather, welcome to the Slay to Success. Oh, excuse me, the Rise and Slay Morning Show. I got so many shows, I got two. And so this is the Rise and Slay Morning Show. But yes, it's a statement piece because you want all eyes on you, all eyes on me. That's what I'm thinking. All right. Because when we are starting out, and sometimes some of us are starting out in business as entrepreneurs and people don't really know us very well, we want to stand out amongst everyone else. Set yourself apart from everyone else. What do you want to be known for? And then when you are walking into the room, are you making deliberate steps and a steady pace, showing and looking like, hey, I mean business in here? Okay, I mean business. So you have to be very deliberate when you're walking in. All right, being very open. Okay, what is your facial expression looking like? That's right, making it happen 24/7, slay all day. That's what we're doing. Okay, so you have to be making some deliberate steps as we're marching into that. Again, my experience being in the military, it was almost as if they want, like if you don't walk in thinking that you're going to already convince people in the room, because there's a lot of things that happen and you don't want to miss out on an opportunity to showcase your expertise, to showcase, what you have, that they can actually add to their plan. They already have a strategic plan. What else are you going to add? So make sure we mean business. All right. Again, eye contact. We need an established connection right away and approachability as soon as we enter into the room. All right. How we walk into a room. All right. We were walking into the room with confidence and authority. All right. So we need to set our attentions right away and taking a minute to really visualize that success. Remind yourself of your strengths, remind yourself of your purpose and your presence in the room. Then I do a lot of positive self talking. I don't know about y'all, but I have a lot of affirmations that I use depending on what the day is and depending where I'm going. All right. If I don't know anyone in the room, I'm like, okay, Rochelle, you got this. Rochelle, you're going to meet somebody. Rochelle, you have everything that you need. Rochelle, like, drop all this negativity about they're not going to really be into you. You need to have some positive affirmations, all right? And be able to talk yourself up, boost your confidence as you walk in. Remind yourself that you are capable. Remind yourself that you're powerful and you deserve to be there. All right, we talked about dressing the part, went around that a little bit, but also ensure that you're well groomed. Attention to detail, it's important. So the night before, I'll just let you know what I do. The night before, I go to any event, I iron my outfit. I take the strings if there's any strings hanging or whatnot. I make sure there's no stains and spots on the shirts. Why? Because all these details really matter. I don't want to show up somewhere and not looking the best, my most best that I can. So making sure, and all that attention to detail, y'all, I learned in the military. They teach you from day one when you were in boot camp training that you need to make sure that your uniform is squared away. And so I always make sure that I'm doing that attention to detail because it shows respect for myself and for the event that I'm walking into. Hey Ronald, how you doing? I know, right? Look, I when I get started, I get cranked all the way up and we go right on in. So thank you for being here live with me today. And thank you for sharing all my posts. You are my brother. All right. I love you deeply for that. So thank you so much for showing up for me. All right. And so when you're walking in, okay, we need to look at and pay attention to our body language. All right. Are we slumped over? Are we kind of looking scared? Are we shrinking ourselves? We got to be standing up with shoulders back, head held up high. All right. Because we got invited into the room and this exudes confidence. This exudes authority. We got to relax these arms. All right. I have to get away from doing this. Okay. Because I've been marching in this stance for, 30 years. And so I had to learn to release my hands. All right. So that way I'm not looking what do you call that? Uptight and a little bit like, oh, okay, well, I'm a little bit closed off, right? I don't cross my arms anymore when I'm talking unless the other person is crossing their arms. We have to pay attention and do this reciprocation of whatever their body language is. But we need to make sure that these things are on point. And again, this is about the plan of how you going into a meeting, into a professional setting, into the boardroom, into a networking event. All these little details, they really matter. So before you go into this event, all right, I need you to pause at the door. Before you go in, I need you to take a pause. All right? Because sometimes we may be in a mood, all right, and we're not bringing our best into the room. And I have seen it time and time again. People walking there mad, they walking in there frustrated, they ain't smiling. Look, I don't know why you would want to come in there into a place where there's a lot of people without you being with the right attitude. If your attitude is off, then maybe perhaps you need to stay at home, all right? Because when you're in these rooms, this is where you can really shine and make things happen. All right. So people can get thrown off by your attitude if you're walking in there with a frowny face. So before you enter, take a deep breath and pause just for a hot second, because this moment is going to help you center and set the tone for this confident entry that you're about to do. All right. Avoid rushing or shuffling around. All right. Stop wandering around. I've seen it, y'all. People are just wandering around. They don't know what to do with themselves. All right. All right. You should be intentional, conveying that you are in control and that you know what you're doing and you're making eye contact with the key individuals. All right. You've already done your homework. You already know who's going to be in the room. So you make an eye contact. All right. Acknowledging, maybe with a little nod, maybe slight with a slight smile, like, hey, I see you, you see me, right? And establish connection and approachability right from the gate. All right. And so you got to have this positive energy. All right. And when you're entering the room, they're going to know, and it's contagious, and it can set the tone for the entire interaction after that. All right. So we talked about the entry plan. All right. So now let's talk about how you're going to exit, because that matters too. I have seen a gamut of things, y'all. I need to know, okay, whether or not you're really truly thinking about what you're doing, because you have to follow through. All right. You have the entry, if you will, you have when you're in the room, and then you have the exit. So when you're exiting, you got to exit gracefully. Okay. So when it's time for you to leave, you got to do that with the same confidence that you went in there, the same grace that you went in there. Walk purposefully, making eye contact again with a few people on your way out. All right. Please do not look down on the floor and, hide yourself. Right. That smile definitely establishes connection immediately. Dr. McLeod, my queen, you know how it go. All right. We have seen it. Me and her work together, y'all, when we were stationed at Ellsworth Air Force Base. And we seen a lot of people frustrated, angry, and upset. And they coming in there and they looking a hot mess. And I'm like, I don't even want to talk to you today because I don't know what I'm going to get. And I don't need that type of energy on me. So yeah, come on in gracefully. Right? And you got to acknowledge others. Okay. Again, smile as you exit. This leaves a lasting impression of respect and confidence. Right? I'm telling you all, I'm giving you all the little secrets. All right. So you can slay to your success. I'm just saying. All right. So when we're exiting, we're leaving a lasting impression. You want to be invited back to the room. All right. So you want that vibe that leaves them wanting more, not wanting less or not wanting any more. All right. You want them to be like, you know what? We got to have them back because what they brought in here was absolutely slay amazing. So you have to prepare mentally. All right. You got to make sure that you are closing out conversations. People at the end of whatever you're doing in there, they're going to be asking you questions. How are you closing up the conversation? All right. Are you thanking them? Are you giving them that firm handshake? I do not like fish handshakes. I don't know what we're doing. That's when we're touching these fingertips. No, bring your hand all the way in. Grab the hand. All right. Bring it in and show them, hey, I am so happy and appreciative. And this is about your confidence. This is a positive physical impression. When you put your hand in somebody else's hand, I know it's COVID, y'all. I know, and I understand that. However.com, when you can. So making sure when you're leaving, you gather up them belongings, okay? And you do it calmly and you do it deliberately. I've seen people who have been rushing, they seem anxious, they seem disorganized. All right. They don't know what they're doing and they're leaving stuff behind. Then what happens? All right. When they leave stuff behind, they'll leave out of the room. And then all of a sudden they come rushing back. Oh, I left my notebook. Oh, I left my pen. It's like a disruption. All right. If you pick up your stuff deliberately, this shows attention to detail and it shows professionalism. So gather up all your things. All right. Walk purposely to the door, making sure you're not rushing, and compose yourself as you exit, because the entry and the exit are just equally as important. All right. You scan the room one last time before you leave. Scan the room. Okay. Contact with a few individuals that you know that will appreciate your presentation. And this reinforces your presence and shows that you're engaged until the very end. Okay. And you can nod or wave. Sometimes I have waved out, bye, y'all. Thank you for this opportunity. All right. And this is being courteous to the entire group. And you leave on a high note. Every time you leave, it's on a high note. And it's this confident departure. You exit the room with steady, purposeful walk. You avoid looking back, all right, hesitating, which can undermine the confidence that you're trying to project. So this is the entry and the exit plan briefing, if you will. All right. Now let's talk about the own the room workshop, because that's where I talk about what you do in the room. All right. I'm not going to share it with you here. I'm going to share it with you in the workshop. That's what I'm teaching. What do you do when you are in the room? Are you commanding the presence? We can talk about your presentation in its entirety. What are you talking about? All right. How are you going in? What's the start of your presentation? What is the middle of your presentation? What is the end of your presentation? Is it on point to whatever they are wanting you to share? All right. I do a lot of public speaking, y'all. People come to me and they ask me, hey, can you talk about this? I have to prepare for that. All right. Because every audience that I am in front of, it is different. So you really have to understand who your audience is, who is the message, what are they trying to convey? Now, this is all personal branding. Okay. I am a personal brand expert. I believe in doing things very intentionally and strategically, and the way that people want to be perceived, okay, by what you're doing. What is it that you're trying to do? All right. So you have to bring your own personality into the presentation, the room, the networking event. Nobody likes copycats and nobody likes the same person. I do not like to be like anybody else. That's why I do things a lot different. I'm very original. Okay. I'm not boring. I always have a dash of presence and I don't need to say anything. I don't have to be loud. I don't have to boast about anything. I don't share that I would have 30 years in the military right away. I did a post about that yesterday because, sometimes I just want people to get to know Rochelle. Who is Rochelle? Rochelle is got many layers. Okay. So this is what we're talking about. So if you want to be a part of the Own the Room virtual workshop, again, the link is in the comments on the post here that I've made. I will be dropping it. I would love for you to come. And if you have any woman in your community who is seeking ways to elevate their professional presence, all right, their personal brand, and they want to take it to new heights and they want to show up, all right, glow up, and bring about a change that no one else is doing, you send them my way. Again, 31 July from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So because owning the room is not just about speaking. It's more than just speaking. Okay? Woo. Chief, what about the follow-up? Once we leave the room, how do we keep the connection? Make them remember us, especially for future networking. Is this for the workshop? Amen. Yes, it is. Of course it is. This is for the workshop. This is a great questions that you have, because this is what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to get ahead and further whatever we're doing. Again, I am an entrepreneur, y'all. I decided, hey, I'm going to launch Slay to Success. I have to do a number of things to make sure people know that I am still available for services. So we do, all right? So all that will be shared in the workshop. So thank you so much for the lead in. I appreciate you, Queen. All right. So, and she know, all right, she know. So making sure, okay, I gave you entry and I gave you exit strategies. Again, if you want more, come see about me on the 31st of July. And I'll be having more in-persons here in the DMV area. So if you're in DC, Maryland, or Virginia area, look for more of that because I am on a mission, y'all, to make sure that any woman professional, whatever stage that you're in, that you're owning the rooms and commanding the presence. And I'm doing this virtually because I have had a lot of experience, a lot. And when I thought, hey, no one's going to be listening in here, I did a lot of things strategically to make sure I had a plan, make sure that I prepared, make sure I was in the moment. And when I was in the moment, I'm listening and then I can respond accordingly. Hey, Trisha, good morning. And thank you for viewing in from YouTube. Thank you so much, Queen. We were just talking about owning the room. All right. And what is your entry and your exit plan? You need to have one. And if you don't have one and you don't know exactly how to command your presence to make sure your voice is being heard, that you're seen, you're valued, then you need to come see about me. Okay. So on July 31st, I have a virtual workshop. Share it with your friends. 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be virtual. So, some of us may be working at that time. Some of us may not, whatever the case may be, let me know and then we can work something out. All right. So you can always visit my website at www.slaytosuccess.com or you can email me at info@slaytosuccess.com. Okay. So I'm going to leave you all here. We talked about it. All right. Thank you for showing up live with me today. Make sure you have a slay amazing week. Okay. And share. All right. Share out all these. I got so many videos on YouTube. You can binge watch all day. So keep on slaying until you can't slay no more. And I will see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.